Hey, I know that things haven't been the best right now, so I wanted to talk to you. How have things been going? Yeah. Hmm, I get that. Hmm. Yeah, that's not the best. I actually wanted to give you some advice, I guess. Um, First, I wanted to tell you a story. Um, well, there was a girl. Growing up, she was bullied, but she never let that get her down. Uh, She thought she was the best thing ever. And then she got into about middle school and she became completely introverted. She stopped really talking to people. People stopped talking to her. She didn't really have any friends. Um, then she was bullied pretty badly. And she was bullied at home, too. She had nowhere to go that felt safe. She only had herself and her thoughts. She constantly blasted music as loud as her speaker would allow. She drowned herself in music, playing it, listening to it, making it. It was an escape for her, but she couldn't help but thinking she wanted more of an escape. That she didn't want what she was given. She didn't want anything that was happening for her. She didn't want her to feel that way. She didn't want anyone else to feel that way because it was terrible. She felt so much pain every day. And she had nobody to go to because there was no one she could trust. She constantly cried. She let her thoughts consume her. She developed many issues, and she thought that there would never, ever, ever be an escape to what she had felt. She thought that things would only get worse for her. But she never took that escape. Because even within her worst of thoughts, she knew. Somehow that she knew that no matter how dark her world was, there was always at least that little speck of light. All she needed to do was go and find it. And she knew that being so alone, no one was going to help her find it, that she had to do it all alone, all on her own, all by herself. But what matters is she did. After many, many years and a lot of pain, she finally decided she didn't want to feel that way anymore. She didn't want anyone else to feel that way either. So she decided that she wouldn't feel that way, that she would get back up on her feet, that she would make herself better because no one else would. It took her it took her a very, very long time. It doesn't happen overnight, but eventually she found that speck of light and she grabbed it, and she didn't let anything or anyone make her let her go. She held it so tight that there was no way that it would escape from her. And even though that speck of light was so small, she could see hope in it. And that speck of light isn't always there. It doesn't seem like it's always there, but it is. It's just sitting there waiting patiently for you to find it. And even if you've looked over and over and over again in all of the places you can think of, look again. Look again and again and again. Because it's there. It's always there. And like I said, look in the places you wouldn't expect to first look, or second look, or even third look. Look in the places that you think you'd never ever find happiness. Even if those things haven't appeared yet, just know that it always gets better no matter what. The only person who can make it better is you. And that girl, the one I was telling you about, after a while, she knew that she was all she had to, and that she was the one who eventually made herself better because she didn't have anyone. But she never wanted to feel that way, ever. And once she finally pulled herself back on her feet, she bloomed and blossomed like she never thought she would. She became a person who didn't care what others thought about her. She didn't care if people were mean to her. She didn't care about any of that. All she cared about was that she knew how to make herself happy. And after a while, she ended up finding people who would take the time to get to know her like nobody else would. She found people who she could laugh with, who she could smile with, who she could share real emotions with. And that was her true happiness. And you can find it too. You just have to really, really, really look for it. Once it's found, it's like a feeling that you never thought you'd feel, ever. And sometimes when you have the light, when you finally have it, it'll slip right through your fingers. And it's lost. But the important thing is to go back and do it all over again and again, until you can finally find a place where you're happy. And that place is somewhere. It's always somewhere. Even if you keep falling, keep pushing yourself back up. Even if you keep failing leads to success, because you know what doesn't work then. You'll find it. You will. You just need a little kickstart. But there's always something good in events that look completely bad. That girl, today, so many things happened to her, so many things she wouldn't tell anybody, but she wouldn't change any of those things, not one of them. Even the hardest thing that she had ever went through, she would never change it. Because she knows that that little thing and all of those big things, everything that she went through, everything that she hated and that she cried for and that she felt pain for, that shaped her into the person that she is now. And that made her become someone that she never thought she'd be. And everybody has bad days. Everyone has days where you think that it's not going to get better. You think that you're there again and that you're never going to get out this time. But you have to keep looking. You have to keep doing it over and over and over again, because one day you'll find it and you'll be able to keep it. And that's all that I wanted to tell you. Just keep in mind that it does get better no matter what. Even if you're all alone, there's something there that will bring you to happiness. You just have to go and find it on your own, because no one's going to change it but you.